we forgave or we didn't make them renew? What was that? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember what happened.
That didn't say anything about forgiving anything prior to July 20.
We didn't
Because
do
they
the-
couldn't come into the office, remember something like that?
So
Well, I
is
don't
the
think we've
intent to
ever-
get them to pay for last year's that they didn't pay for and this year's, or just this year's license?
That is the intent, to pay.
2 years?
Yes.
Good luck with that.
It's, yeah, and I think that's been the challenging part of it, is because they're just not doing it at all.
Hmm.
It's like they had to pay their taxes or something.
Technically, they could be arrested.
Right, some people aren't, they're
Or
renters.
issued a ticket, I guess.
They might not
Yeah,
pay.
she's got the procedure on here to issue a ticket, and of course, we hadn't been having court either for
Right.
all those months, and they're like years behind, so it's sort of a catch-22 kind of situation, the whole thing. That's why I'm sort of disappointed that she couldn't come, because I think there's a lot of things we could have asked about that I have some questions about, because she's doing a lot of towns, and our costs seem to be going up, not down, and so perhaps she'll be able to come, next month, and we can talk about some of this, but that part's just, I don't think we have to do anything with that, sort of, you're working that out with her. But she does want to request that we, approve the dog census for this year, since it was canceled last year, but, she wants to do it following the clinic, where hopefully people would be coming who need their rabies shot.
And she'll register them at that time, she
Yeah,
usually
she'll
does.
do the license, yeah, definitely at the rabies clinic. I don't know if, COVID's gonna be any less stringent this year, but I guess we can approve it, and if
See
we can't
what
do it, we
happens.
can't do it, we'll roll it over again.
Right, and it's in the budget.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
Did she
so.
even check with Ag and Marcus to see if there was some kind of forgiveness, or
I was trying to,
that they didn't have to charge for them during that time?
I don't know.
I don't remember hearing anything like that, though.
I think that the only problem with that is if you say you're forgiving it, then they're not getting their rabies shots either, which is, I think, the thing that most everybody's concerned about, is that the dogs are up to date on their rabies, not that they're paying their $11
Well,
license fee
that-
necessarily.
That's the thing, though, is that how many people are you, if they realize that they're gonna have to pay 2 years' worth of licenses when they come to this free rabies clinic, are you gonna get people to come, or are they gonna say, I'm not going because then
Well,
we're
they're
gonna
still
have to pay
getting
2
a rabies
years?
shot for free, or for the $5 donation, so they're saving a whole lot of money there.
Instead of a vet charge.
And she can ticket them, where they're gonna be fined $6.
And she did convey to me today too, that the main purpose of the licensing is to make sure that the rabies are up to date. Or, she said it's not necessarily the $11 charge, but that it's kind of like an insurance,
Yeah, but it could turn people away if they know, if they find out that, oh, hey, by the way, at the same time, you're gonna have to, back charge for the last 2 years, and they're probably already coming to the free rabies clinic because it's free. They don't have the money to pay, or they don't wanna spend the money to pay, and COVID hitting everybody, You know, maybe there is a way around to say, okay, we're gonna absolve the last year, starting from this date when COVID restrictions were put into place up to this date. We're putting on this, you have a chance to get your rabies and either renew or register for the first time. There's a way we could suggest that to her to do it.
Well, and
She
I don't
puts
know
the
what that looks
announcement
like
that way.
with the
Yeah,
Department of
with,
Ag and
yeah, I
Markets
don't know, yeah,
either.
that's our choice to make, 'cause
Right.
this
Well,
is
it's
a
something to be
state program.
investigated,
Mhm.
that she could look into.
Well, I think if they get a license, they're
April's
up to
next
date,
month,
yeah,
so
right, yeah,
she'll have to
yeah.
try it and see what kind of staff they get for registering 2 years.
So do we wanna, I'll make the motion that we approve the dog census.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. If anybody sees a big truck parked at the bus garage, Jim Gilman came in and Mark concurred that there's been a problem with a new person in the village who's been parking, a big rig in inconvenient places and causing problems, so Jim came and, well, he went to the bus garage, or the highway garage, and asked Richie if he thought it'd be okay if he parked it at the bus garage, and Richie said, you better go to the town hall and ask there, so he came and asked, and I said, it's only a temporary situation, and I said, well, it could be sold on Tuesday night, but I said that won't happen right away. So I just want everybody to know that Mark said it was a problem, it's being parked, I don't know if it's been parked there at all.
He's been gone.
Oh, okay.
Well, usually when he
so,
does
yeah.
park there at his
Okay.
house, it's half of it sticks out
Yeah.
into the street.
So if there is
So
one
he's
there.
been
Like,
advised he
sure.
can't park there. It causes an issue for when they're trying to plow, the
Mhm.
cars trying to get up and down that side street.
I want any more.
Oh, you can't see coming around it on that street either.
Mm.
Very inconvenient spot.
In the village?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's running a lot. A lot of times just sitting out there running.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I live near him.
Oh, so, okay, so,
They might
That would
not
be
like
very
it where
annoying.
the bus garage is either then.
oh, I assumed it
That
would,
runs.
yeah, I mean, I think that would have to be the rule, that I don't think you can leave it running.
Is that the trailer that's parked in front of Knievel's gravel pit today?
Oh, that, yeah.
I don't believe so. This
No,
guy
that's been
has,
there.
Oh,
this
that's
guy
been
has a
pretty
big
new-
white,
pretty new rig.
like double sleeper, I think. It's huge. It's a huge sleeper on his. He usually parks right on, Rosencrantz, and half of it sticks out in the road. I don't know where he drops his trailer.
So it's not even the trailer too, it's just the truck
Yeah.
that he's parking.
It's like truck.
It's like,
It's
But
huge.
it's gotta be
I-
massive.
I just assumed it was
Yeah,
a
it's
moving
like
truck,
Ron
'cause
Wall.
they just moved in last year. I just assumed it was a moving truck and then it just never left.
Surprise!
why did they, just thinking, why did they pull the parking area off south of the village of Cohocton?
They don't wanna
That's a
maintain it.
state.
Cost too much to maintain
State
it.
didn't want to maintain it no more.
Yeah.
They said they got one on 390 over there in the scenic area, they didn't need that one. Besides, I got enough cats.
Our town historian has once again, would like to apply for a marker for the Old Country Store. And I would like to reapply for a grant from the Pomeroy Foundation for a historic marker for the Old Country Store in Moore, 1849. Last year, due to the pandemic, I was unable to get into the Steuben County Clerks to do a deed search. If awarded the grant, the Pomeroy Foundation would send the cost of the marker to the town, and when the marker is delivered, the town would then send a check for the sign. Looking forward to getting another historic marker for our town. This is, I think, our third time we would be doing this. They send us the money and then I get the invoice when it's delivered and write the check out to them. So I would make a motion that we approve this for Geraldine.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I'll abstain, she's my sister-in-law, I don't wanna get into trouble.
Amanda got, contacted by a collection agency for the ambulance service. She provided some information at the, commissioners' meeting. She's getting some further information. They are out of Pennsylvania, I believe, and they work with PAB and a number of other, ambulance billing services that they've given us some references, but we're waiting to get some, more specifics. We don't know exactly what percentage they charge. It looks like they just take a percentage of what they collect. There's no upfront fees or anything. I have not talked to, PAB about them yet, but they work with Megan and Christine, the two people that we work with for billing, so, it might definitely be something that we wanna pursue, since we've talked about it numerous times. They,
Yeah.
go back,
What's their percentage?
they can go back 4 years.
It's based off the call volume.
And
That's
we'll
the
just
other
have
piece
to
of it.
look, they would need a bunch of information, which mostly they can get from PAB, but I don't know if PAB is gonna charge, depending on what they have to do with them.
I wouldn't think so, they just send a list.
Well, the list, I don't know, we'll have to find out,
There's
so.
also one in Bath, and that one I would look into because they say they don't charge a fee unless they get something back. And they
Okay.
also have a mechanism in place where that's tacked on to the person's bill, so they end up paying it. So maybe
Do you
could
have
even.
do you have contact information for it, or at least a name?
No, I just did a
Okay.
search of, correction services in the area. There's one in Bath, one in Geneseo, and I just happened to look at the one in Bath and but that would be one of the questions I would ask this other company, if there's a charge back that fee to the people.
You know, they're taking a
A fee,
percentage of what
right.
they collect, so. And that's how most of them work, but I think the very positive about this one is that they already work with PAB, so they're very used to, but we'll follow through on that. I sent you the short little 500-page Steuben County Hazard Mitigation Plan. I can honestly say I skimmed through some of it. I did not look at the whole thing. If we, basically have to pass the resolution, because if we don't approve it, we can write our own, which I don't think we wanna do. And if we, don't approve it, a plan, their plan or our own plan, we would not qualify for any federal, FEMA money should we have a disaster. So I don't know if you all, anybody has any critique on the plan?
Well, they gave us, 4 things for us, they're
Mhm, that we have
prioritized
to
for
do.
us to do, which they would probably want you to do, and I didn't,
Mhm.
they looked reasonable.
Yeah, I didn't see
To
any.
do.
With the-
I was surprised though that we didn't participate, but then when I looked to see who they communicated with, it was Cohocton PD, Box 330, Cohocton, New York, so that's probably why we didn't participate.
Right, that's,
resolution, which is quite simple. Resolution adopting the Steuben County Hazard Mitigation Plan, whereas the town of Cohocton, with assistance from the county of Steuben, has gathered information and prepared the Steuben County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan, the plan, and whereas the plan has been prepared in accordance with the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 as amended, and whereas the town of Cohocton board has reviewed the plan and affirms that the plan will be updated no less than every 5 years, and now therefore be it resolved that this town of Cohocton board does hereby adopt the Steuben County pre-disaster multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan, including all corrections as may be required by FEMA and is revised from time to time. And it's adopted.
So they sent something to our old post office box?
When they first started this study, I don't know, I can't remember, Mark, when they started it, it went to.
One in the
your-
village?
Right, well, I assume that's where it went, to invite you to participate. And then I think it was maybe 3
I
or 4
remember
weeks.
Carrie participated in one here.
It had his
Yeah,
name
that
at
was
one
a-
time.
That was like,
We had a couple
4
meetings.
years ago, 5 years
yeah,
ago,
a couple-
maybe?
Yeah, quite a while ago, the highway
So the,
participated, the police, and
the proposals that they want us to do is develop a hazmat emergency response plan, and that's for the Cohocton Fire Department, the Village of Cohocton and Steuben County Emergency System. They would work together. They consider that a high priority. The second one was develop a severe storm emergency response plan. That's the Highway Department, Soil and Water, Steuben County, DPW, and Department of Transportation. The other one is develop a stream maintenance plan. Those are the same people as above. The last one is develop and distribute property resilience brochure to all town residents. That's what to do in a severe storm or flood. And that's the town supervisor and Steuben County Emergency to come up with a brochure, and I think the county has
yeah,
one.
we have the brochure already.
And it would just be getting it out to everybody. So they, it seems, and that's a medium priority. The other ones are high. So it sounds doable, so I would second your motion, resolution.
I don't think we wanna go without a chance of getting FEMA
No.
disaster aid if in the event of a disaster, which I hope we don't ever have, but if we do, so, I'm not sure, at the time that we wanna decide we're gonna do this, but we have to have a plan to do
Well,
what we have to do
I've been
also.
through all that hazardous
Mhm.
training on a yearly basis at Kodak, and I can tell you that when you go through the training, you do scenarios on what to do if something happened, and there's actually no wrong answers when you go through the training. It's just an exercise more to make you aware of how to decide what to do. So it's just the, I skimmed through the document and read enough of it to know it was the same stuff that I used to have to do. And I got no problem approving it.
So are you making a motion then?
Yeah, well, yeah, if I have to,
I thought you made the motion.
Oh, okay, cause I read okay, well, I made it.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm making the motion that we approve the resolution, which I will give you the copy of.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? I'm sure Richie and Mark will be happy to partake in their part.
You gotta come up with a plan?
Yeah, well,
They
they
help you.
have the plan,
Right.
it's all
Cause
really,
I have
We
a
have a
copy
Yeah.
of Carrie's down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we have a disaster plan.
yeah.
Right, yeah, it was back when,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure the fire
It's a blue book.
company, you
Yes.
don't have
Yeah,
any
this is for
firemen here?
hazmat
Oh.
and